Welcome to 21st Sports Recap and Reaction for the New England Patriots at the Indianapolis Colts in their Week 6 matchup, played October 18th, 2015 on Sunday Night Football. We're going to go over all the scores and the stats and give our breakdown and analysis. So starting off in this game, we had a couple of long drives to start it out as both teams scored on their first possession. First, the Colts would get the ball, and they would go on an almost 8-minute drive, 13 plays going 89 yards, capped off by a 5-yard touchdown pass by Andrew Luck to Dante Moncrief. And with the extra point by Vinatieri, it was 7-0 Indianapolis over New England. So now the Patriots would get the ball for the first time. They took almost half as long, and they went 80 yards in 10 plays. And Tom Brady hit Julian Edelman for a 12-yard touchdown. Gronkowski hit the extra point, and this game was tied at 7. So that would do it for the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, Stephen Gronkowski hit a 40-yard field goal just over a minute in, and it was 10-7 Patriots over the Colts. And about 2 minutes later, with 11.5 minutes left before halftime, Mike Adams picked off Tom Brady. A pick six, 14 yards for the touchdown. Vinatieri added the extra point, and the Colts were back in the lead, 14-10. So then, 2 minutes later, as they just kept trading the offensive attacks just back and forth, dropping bombs on each other, and with 9.5 minutes left before halftime, LeGarrette Blount crushed a 38-yard run for a touchdown. Gronkowski hit the extra point, and now the Patriots were back in the lead by 3 with the score New England 17, Indianapolis 14. Then with about 2.5 minutes left before halftime, Andrew Luck would hit T.Y. Hilton for a 3-yard touchdown. Vinatieri added the extra point, and now the Colts were up by 4 with the score 21-17, Indianapolis over New England. But then in the closing moments of the first half, with just seconds on the clock, Gronkowski hit a 35-yard field goal, and it was a 1-point game at halftime with the score 21-20 with the Colts in the lead. So the Patriots had to settle for a field goal, and we would go into the intermission with the score 21-20. And in the third quarter, and actually in the first half, the Patriots did not punt the ball. They did not score on one possession. That was the pick six by Mike Adams. The Colts punted twice, the Patriots didn't punt at all. So now in the third quarter, the Patriots would get the ball first, and they would score on their first possession of the second half as Tom Brady went to rob Gronkowski. And Gronkowski scored on a 25-yard touchdown reception. And then the extra point was good by Gronkowski. And it was now 27-21, New England in the lead by 6. That would do it for the scoring in the third quarter, but about a minute before the third quarter came to a close, the Colts attempted to try to take a page out of the Patriots' playbook. They lined up in a funky formation, thinking they were going to catch the Patriots off guard, as they had just the center, one guy to snap it, one guy behind him, and then the other 9 players lined up all the way to the right side of the field over by the sideline. Of course, they lost a yard as the Patriots ended up just getting basically a sack, and they were also called for a penalty. They couldn't even copy the Patriots right. I actually started laughing. I was laughing, literally laughing out loud for at least a minute. I was like, what a joke. I'm like, these jokers, they think they can out-Patriot the Patriots? Are you stupid? What are you thinking, Colts? And not only did they screw it up, they lost a yard on the play. They got called for a penalty. They're like, oh yeah, we know the playbook. We're gonna come out with the home formation. Oh yeah, Patriots wanted to do that last year. Well, look at this. Oh, look at this penalty we just got after we just got sacked for a 1-yard loss and turned the ball over on downs. Real smart one, Colts. I was dying. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, the Colts ain't never going to beat the Patriots. Were you crazy? You haven't beat the Patriots since Week 10 in 2009, and you ain't going to do it anytime soon playing like that, trying to copy the Patriots. Like, yeah, we got our own funky formation. Man, get out of here, Colts. Get the heck out of here. You ain't got nothing for New England. You snitches. You can't beat them straight up, so then you're going to be like, oh, hey, league, they're cheating. And you still can't beat us. Crazy. And the balls were over-deflated like crazy in this game. You seen the balls flying around from out of both quarterbacks' freaking hands. The balls were like sailing over receivers left and right. They're like, overinflate these balls because we're the jerk-off Colts. Anyway, fourth quarter, the Patriots put some more points on the scoreboard. Actually, as a result of that, this is the dumbest play I've ever seen in the history of football, literally, by the Colts. Hey, be happy, you just made history. You are the biggest morons in all of football ever. Because then the Patriots, now with excellent field position, they only needed to go 35 yards for the touchdown. They did it in 6 plays in 3.5 minutes, which led us to just about 13 minutes, a little less than 13 minutes left in the game, because now we're in the fourth quarter, and Tom Brady hit LeGarrette Blount, who powered his way in the end zone with an 11-yard touchdown reception. Gronkowski hit the extra point, and it was now 34-21, with the Patriots in the lead by 13. So then the Colts, they really couldn't get much else going. At the end of the game, they did score another touchdown with just over a minute left to play. Andrew Luck threw an 18-yard touchdown pass to Griff Whalen. And then an awesome play by Jamie Collins. It was so sweet. Like, he perfectly timed this play out. He ran up to the line, and he's already running. The ball hasn't been snapped, but he knows with the play clock, they've got to snap the ball. So he starts running, and then literally at the same moment that the Colts went to snap the ball, he jumped in the air right over the center, and it was like he was just standing in front of Vinatieri. Hey, go ahead, kick it. And then he just blocked it like nothing. It was amazing. It was one of them. That was actually just crazy. You saw one of the dumbest plays ever by the Colts with that stupid formation thing they did at the end of the third quarter. And right here you saw one of the greatest athletic plays on special teams with Jamie Collins just jumping over the whole offensive line. This guy should be in the Olympics. He'd win a gold medal for the long jump. It was amazing. And so then from there, there's only a little over a minute left. Actually, Gronkowski recovered the onside kick. He would have went all the way for the touchdown. It would have been 41 on the scoreboard for the Patriots, but he stepped out of bounds. And so the Patriots just took a knee, and that was that. And the New England Patriots remain undefeated, 5-0, 3-0 on the road. They win this one 34-27, but it was not really as close as the scoreboard would indicate, although it was a close game until the Colts decided to just, hand it over to the Patriots because I guess they didn't want to win or something. Oh, do we want to win? Is that the point of the game? You play the game to win. And that's all the Patriots do is just win, baby. So Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback in the history of football, 23 for 37, 312 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. He did throw that pick 6. Mike Adams took it back. I mean, you take away that, the offense really wasn't getting much done against the Patriots, although Andrew Luck did throw for 312 yards and 3 touchdowns. Of course, that last touchdown came at the end when they were down by 2 scores with just over a minute left. But he was 30 for 50, so he was just throwing around the rock like crazy. Frank Gore, 13 attempts for 78 yards, but they really weren't committed to the run. Luck did have 35 yards off of 4 carries. Of course, one of those was a 25-yard run on a 3rd down. That was actually a pretty nice run by Luck. LeGarrette Blount, 16 carries for 93 yards, including a 38-yard run for a touchdown. And then Lewis, 4 carries for 21 yards. Danny Amendola, 105 yards off of 7 receptions. Julian Edelman, 6 receptions for 50 yards and a touchdown. Gronkowski, 3 receptions for 50 yards and a touchdown as well. And for the Colts, T.Y. Hilton had 6 receptions for 74 yards and a touchdown. Moncrief, 6 receptions for 69 yards and a touchdown. Johnson, just 3 receptions for 35 yards. Dorsett, 2 receptions for 30 yards. Whalen, 2 receptions for 30 yards, including that 18-yard touchdown. They were spreading around the rock. Andrew Luck was, as he was getting the ball. He got it to 10 different receivers in this game. They were just throwing Although Gore was having some success on the ground, but they weren't really committed to the run game. And the Patriots just were pretty much moving the ball and scoring it well. They didn't even punt the ball once in the first half. Of course, like I said, that pick six happened, but they scored on every other drive in the first half other than that. Of course, these teams were putting together some long drives early on in the game. Especially the Colts started off with a real long drive to open it up. It ate up like the first half of the first quarter. But for the kick-in, Gronkowski, 2 for 2 on the field goals, 4 for 4 on the extra points. Vinatieri was 3 for 4 on the extra points, did not attempt a field goal. Of course, that field goal that extra point rather, that he missed was blocked by an amazing play by Jamie Collins. Malcolm Butler came up big for the Pats in this game, 7 tackles. He was making some big plays. McCourty as well, 7 tackles. 2.5 sacks for Chandler Jones, and a half sack for Easley, as they were getting in Luck's face. They're getting a pretty good pass rush, although the Colts line was looking a little bit improved. Lowry had a sack for Indianapolis, so did Newsome. And of course, Mike Adams, as I've already said way too many times, had that pick six. The Colts had 24 first downs, 22 for the Patriots. The Colts had 7 out of 16 third downs that they converted for a 43% conversion rate. The Patriots 5 of 12, 41% on third downs. The Pats went for it once on fourth down, and they did convert it. The Colts went for it 3 times on fourth down, only converting 33%. Then we look at total net yards, 417 for the Patriots, 409 for the Colts. On the ground, 120 for Indianapolis net, 116 for New England. This is a pretty evenly matched offensive production. 301 net passing for New England, as Brady was sacked twice, losing 11 yards. And for Indianapolis, they netted 289 through the air. Andrew Luck was sacked 3 times, losing 23 yards. And the penalties, 11 penalties for the Colts, 103 penalty yards. They're kind of shooting themselves in the foot. The Patriots got a lot of penalties too, 8 penalties for 72 yards. So quite a lot of penalties, as has been the trend this year in the NFL. And in the red zone, the Colts are actually perfect, 3 for 3 in the red zone. The Pats, 2 for 3, 66% in the red zone, as they did miss the opportunity. If it had been they actually wouldn't have been so close on the scoreboard if they had converted that. But they still managed to win. And the time of possession, 32 minutes and 32 seconds for Indianapolis, 27 minutes, 28 seconds for the Patriots. It was very evenly matched statistically, and really the first half was very even. It was a 1-point game at halftime. The Patriots were the only team that scored in the third quarter, and the Patriots actually had shut out the Colts in the second half until they scored that touchdown late in the second half with only about a minute and a half, like a minute 20 left on the clock, when they scored that last touchdown that made it a 7-point game. Actually, it would have been a 6-point game if they would have made the extra point. And that's what was really big about that too. I mean, obviously they recovered the onside kick, but also the fact that Jamie Collins, when he blocked that extra point, that made it where even if the Colts had recovered the onside kick and got the touchdown, they would have been more likely to send it to overtime with an extra point if they had gotten it. Whereas they could have went ahead with an extra point if they had gotten the extra point that Collins blocked. And it didn't matter anyway, because the Patriots recovered the onside kick. Gronk jumped up there and just grabbed that, which who's going to grab the ball away from Gronk when he's going for it? Nobody's as big as Gronk. And especially a guy that big having that good of hands, well, that's a deadly combination, as we've seen so far this season, and we've seen in the past as well. As the Patriots remain undefeated in 2015. So it was a close game. The Colts gave them a heck of an effort, but they remain, Andrew Luck remains winless against the Patriots. He's 0 for 5. He's never beaten the Patriots. And that's something that, Peyton Manning had a lot of trouble with the Pats as well. He went through a long stretch before he ever beat Tom Brady. And now Andrew Luck's finding out. He has been finding out since he's entered the league. just how tough it is to beat Brady and the Patriots. So the final score, 34-27. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Whether you agree or disagree, either way, I'm definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for listening. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you're having a good day and had a great weekend and enjoyed all the sports.